Hey guys, it's Melanie. Welcome back. Hope you're having a fantastic day. Hope you had a good week. I had a pretty good week. Some ups, some downs. You know, it's life. It is what it is. But you guys, this is the last Friday in January. Yeah, crazy, right? The older you get, the more time just whizzes by you at what seems like lightning speed. And I'm having a hard time keeping up in my head. But February is a great month, right? Like, it's Valentine's Day. It's my daughter's birthday too. Stella's gonna be 11 this year, and she has some really fun birthday plans. So her and I are gonna start kind of finalizing the plans for that. And I always really like doing that with Stella because she's so insanely creative. So anyway, I hope that your January was good. If it wasn't, I'm really sorry. I feel like this year has been a little bit smoother for me than last year was, but I'm still dealing, you know, with some stuff. But it seems to be kind of somewhat coming to a conclusion, so that makes me happy. But yeah, you guys, I have my weekly favorites to share with you guys. I have one product that I'm just using for the first time today, and I just thought I'd go ahead and mention it, so I don't have an opinion about it yet, but it was new and it showed up in PR this week, and so I thought I'd share it with you guys. But before we get into anything, I have to announce the winner of the giveaway. So last Friday in my video, I mentioned that I was hosting a giveaway in partnership with City Beauty. They were giving away 3 bottles of my beloved Complete Skin Restore, which you guys know that I've been buying for well over a year now from City Beauty. I absolutely love this particular supplement. It just does wonders for my hair and my nails specifically, but it also has skin benefits. And then there's also a City Beauty lip gloss that I decided to toss into that giveaway as well. So what I did this time around, normally I actually have Stella read through the comments and just pick a winner that she thinks is worthy, or just whoever's comment she likes the best. But this time around, I didn't have time to have Stella do that, and so I just entered everybody's name into one of those like random name generator things that you can do online. And the name that was put forth is, drumroll please, Courtney Kelly. Courtney, you are the big winner. And I actually went through and looked for Courtney's comment. And it kind of like, I was a little bit happy when I saw that she won, because she mentioned that her favorite animal was a dog, which also happens to be my favorite animal. But it was her dog, Cecil, who was actually a rescue. She did refer to Cecil in the past tense, so I'm not sure Cecil is around anymore. But big hugs to you, Courtney, if Cecil is no longer in your life. And yeah, dogs are great. But I loved reading everybody's comments. Like, people just love all sorts of animals, and I loved reading them. It just made me happy. Like, reading through my comments just usually always makes me happy. Like, every once in a while, you know, it's the internet. You're gonna get some weird stuff. But yeah, just reading through all of those comments just made me so happy. Just hearing everyone talk about their pets or talking about, you know, exotic animals that they admire in the wild was just really kind of fun and refreshing, and it was lighthearted, and it just put a smile on my face. So thank you to everybody who participated. I do want to mention really quickly, I'm not sure that I'm going to be hosting a ton of giveaways here on my channel in the future. I typically don't do them very often anyway. But one of the things that was brought up to me was there was a scammer that took note of my giveaway and was contacting people via Telegram, and obviously using my name, and that was not me. Please know that I will never contact anyone through Telegram. I made the giveaway instructions, I feel, very clear in the video as well as in the description box. And I mentioned that I would share the winner here in this week's weekly beauty chit chat. You know, like, I would never reach out via Telegram. I don't even have that app on my phone. So if you ever get contacted by anyone, either via Telegram or WhatsApp, or someone sends you a random Facebook message, Please be very leery of this stuff. I feel like most of you guys are, but I know that there are some people who are maybe a little bit more naive, and it would just break my heart if someone like fell for a scam and ended up losing money or gave out their personal information to really, really bad people. So yeah, just be really careful about that. And thanks to those of you who let me know that that was happening. It's super disappointing because I really don't ever want anyone to be taken advantage of just because I've decided to like host a giveaway on my channel. So that sucks. Like, I wish that I could do stuff like this more often, but it seems like every time I do, like there's one problem or another that pops up. So anyway, Courtney, if you're here, you have 48 hours to get back to me. Send me if you're on Instagram, if you could send me a DM, or if you could send me a message here via YouTube, please do that. Get in contact with me. I will put my email in the description box down below, so you are welcome to send me your information via that email address down there, and let me know your address. And I will of course keep that private. I will delete the email as soon as I send the contact information over to City Beauty. They will send you out your prize directly. So I hope that you enjoy, and I hope that you have a really great experience with the supplements as well. And now let's get into the faves from the last week. All right, my perfume pick of the week is Dossier's Woody Freesia, and this is one that I am happy to report that I actually have the original of on hand because this was gifted to me a long time ago. I don't remember who gave this to me. I think it was Craig. I think it was Craig. But I have loved Giorgio Armani C, which is what Woody Freesia is a dupe for from Dossier. I have loved this fragrance for a number of years. It is so beautiful. By the way, the gnawing that you hear, like the weird like crunching, it's Alf. He has this little toy banana. It's got crinkle paper in it. I'm really sorry if that's loud, but he's just such a good boy. I don't have the heart to kick him out. But this fragrance is one that I have loved for a very long time. I consider this to be a warm, kind of romantic date night type fragrance. Although I will sport this one year round. And as you can see, I am at the end of this particular bottle, and Armani is not cruelty free. Dossier is. So I am really actually excited to have found this because I'm almost done with this, but I want to keep it in my rotation. This is a way that I can do it with a cruelty free option. Woody Freesia smells incredibly close to the original, you guys. I think the one difference that I would say that I noticed between the two is that I think the Armani C smells just ever so slightly warmer, if that makes sense. It almost smells more like cozy. There's just a warmth to this one. There's a warmth to the Woody Freesia as well, but it's not exactly the same. But when I spray, so for example, if I put this over here and the dupe over here, wait, I have to kind of let that like dissipate a little bit. The notes are so similar, you guys. Yeah. And honestly, as it dries down, they become even more similar. But this doesn't have quite the warm, cozy vibe that the original does. That being said, I don't know that most people, like if they knew what the fragrance was and they met you and you were wearing the dupe, they would probably ask you, are you wearing C? Like it's incredibly, incredibly similar. This is something that I find interesting. I actually get a longer wear time out of the Woody Freesia than I do out of the Armani C. I feel like I have to reapply this one a couple hours earlier than I feel like I have to reapply the Woody Freesia. So they're both They're so pretty, you guys. And I think if you are a lover of the Armani C and you don't necessarily want to splurge on this guy, if you went with the Woody Freesia, you are going to get a very similar experience. And quite frankly, I think the wear of the Dossier is a little bit better than the original. Just a really, really great scent. With Dossier, just so you guys know, you're not paying for the fancy packaging. Like this, I guess you could call this a somewhat boring bottle, but it's great packaging in terms of it's very sturdy. It has a nice magnetic lid. You know, you're not getting a fancy label. You're not getting the brand name, but you are getting pretty much the exact same fragrance with, I think, an even better wear time. So your top notes for this one are freesia, blackcurrant, and strawberry. Your middle notes are rose, jasmine, and peach. Your base notes are patchouli, vanilla, blonde woods, and musk. This is very much, to me, like I said, a date night type of fragrance. It's very romantic. You do get those fruity notes in here, but you also get the florals. And the patchouli that is used in here, just if you're afraid of patchouli, don't be afraid of this one. It's like a softer, prettier patchouli. It's not that like dirty hippie patchouli that I think a lot of people think about. It's just lovely. I think the patchouli in here just adds a depth and a sophistication. Are you okay? He's fine. We're fine. It's just got the honks. There's a depth and a sophistication that you get from the patchouli in here, and it's just lovely. I love this scent. I am so glad to have a alternative to the original. I am sure that at some point this year, probably even before the summer, I anticipate finishing this one. Perfectly happy to continue on with this. And I'm glad that it is a cruelty-free brand. So just so you guys are aware, I am a Dossier ambassador. From time to time, they do send me fragrances every once in a while, but I purchased this one myself. And I've purchased a lot of my Dossier fragrances myself as well. They're just a really, really lovely dupe of a lot of higher end fragrances. So anyway, let's keep going with the other things. I'll put a link for everything in the description box down below, as well as where you can purchase the Dossier. Okay, this week I have gone back to using the R&Co Dallas thickening spray. Last week I was kind of focusing on the Grow Gorgeous Intense thickening spray. Sorry, you guys. If the Intense thickening spray from Grow Gorgeous is a fragrance that you just cannot stand, not that this is unfragranced, but I feel like this fragrance might be a little bit more palatable to most people. This one smells kind of like a fresh floral type vibe, but really light. This does not linger in my hair at all, by the way. But I think this is a really nice thickening spray. Again, I like to combine this with a mousse. Right now I'm finishing up my Kenra thickening mousse, and I actually need to take a trip down to Ulta this weekend to pick up another bottle or two of that because I'm kind of running low. But this pairs really nicely with that Kenra thickening spray. It does not make my hair like sticky in any kind of way. I do brush through my hair several times after I'm done blow drying to kind of like make sure that everything separates really nicely. But I feel like when I touch my hair with this in it, it definitely feels significantly thicker. It feels like there is something in my hair, but anytime that you put stuff in your hair, it's gonna feel like there's stuff in your hair, right? I don't feel like this feels heavy. This is not difficult to wash out of my hair the next day, and it gives me a really nice level of volume. It does make my hair feel just thicker, and I think it gives it kind of a nice, natural, slightly volumized look. If I were to round brush my hair as I'm drying it, or use my Dyson Airwrap, which I have done with this, I can get significantly bigger hair, but just for everyday volume, just blow drying my hair upside down with this and the mousse has been great for me. So if you've never tried anything from R&Co, I can definitely recommend the brand. I've been using their Atlantis moisturizing shampoo and conditioner as well. I bought, where did I buy this stuff? Was it Derm Store? It's either Derm Store or Skin Store. I can't recall, but this is sold at several different retailers. I'll I'll link it where I bought it down below because I think I actually had like a discount code or something, or there was like a sale. There was something. I'm sure I got these on sale because that's typically how I try to make a lot of my purchases, is during a sale. Or if I can sign up for an email, get a discount code. It's my favorite thing to do. But anyway, that is quite lovely. Highly recommend. Let's do makeup, guys. Okay. I'm using more of my Hourglass blushes. I was actually looking through my blush collection, you guys, and I am thinking about doing another blush declutter. I've decluttered a lot of my blushes, like a ton, but there are a few more now that I am just finding myself not really reaching for. And so I think I'm gonna go ahead and pass those off to Stella. Stella is now at an age where she very much is interested in makeup, and she's playing with it. She doesn't leave the house with like a full face of makeup. She's 11, well, almost 11, but she's not leaving the house with a full face of makeup. But when she's here, I let her play with it because she's very creative and she likes to express herself that way. And so, sure, work on your winged liner. By the way, this girl, she can do a winged liner, and they are like, they match. Not perfectly, but they match. Her mom cannot do a winged liner that matches to save her life. So my little artist is, she's good. Anyway, these are the two blushes that I was obsessing about this week. And man, do I love me some Hourglass blushes. By the way, did you see their new lipstick line that they released? Ooh, there's a shade called Tide that I think I'm gonna have to pick up. It's so beautiful. I saw it in store at Sephora this week, and ooh, the formula, ooh, so good. I love Hourglass. It's a great brand. A little bit higher end price point, but I think definitely worth it. So the two are Dim Infusion and Diffused Heat. I'm actually wearing Dim Infusion today. This is Infused Heat over here. Dim Infusion I've had for a few years now, and I get it out every spring and summer. It is obviously not spring or summer, but I was just looking to like brighten up my look a little bit, and these two definitely fit the bill. They're wonderful. On my lips for most of this week has been the Merit Signature Lip Lightweight Lipstick. There we go, in Baby. And this is just a really pretty nude. Actually, very similar to the Hourglass lip color that I'm interested in picking up. This is a nice formula, you guys. If you are looking for something that is quite opaque but not heavy feeling on the lips, check out these Merit lipsticks. They have some great shades, not a ton of variety in their color selection, but I anticipate at some point that they might expand the range a little bit. But you've got some decent selection there. This is the shade that I definitely absolutely adore, and I think I have one other Merit lipstick. I don't remember what it is, but these are really nice, so definitely give those the old college try. In going through my eyeshadow palettes this week, I opted to pull out a ColorPop palette, and this is, I forget what a great palette this is. I don't have a ton of stuff from ColorPop, but I do anticipate trying more from them, at least in terms of their eyeshadows, because I really like this palette a lot. And it was really affordable. I think these are like, what are these, $14? This is the That's Taupe palette. I actually think this is still available. If you have liked any of my eye looks from this week, they were all from this particular palette. So easy to work with. The only thing that I don't have in here is like a really, really deep brown. Like, this is a nice chocolate brown, but I like to use an eyeshadow as my liner, and so I just have picked a black from another palette because I tend to go for like a black liner. So I don't have a liner shade in here, but everything else in here is lovely. You've got some like shimmers. I will say the shimmers are, they're a little chunky. They're not my favorite, but the mattes, ColourPop has some great matte eyeshadows. Definitely worth checking out. And then I'm still using some of these Nars dual intensity eyeshadows that I had in my makeup collection. This week I was using Rigel, which I actually have on my lid today. It's just a really pretty like rose gold. It paired really nicely with a lot of these matte shades that are in here. So like, I didn't use the chunkier shimmers from in here. I was using these. By the way, I did learn that these are now discontinued. I haven't shopped from Nars in quite some time because they decided to start selling in China again several years ago. So I just stopped buying from them because they are still requiring testing at this time. I've heard that China is thinking about doing away with that. I really wish that they would. I wish that every country would. I just don't think it's necessary, but anyway. Gosh, we're almost at 20 minutes. I'm trying really hard to get these videos down in time. I'm sorry, you guys. Okay, just really quickly. This is the brand new Dermatology #1 primer. This says that this particular primer is skincare meets makeup pore blurring face primer. So this is supposed to prep the skin by creating a smooth, lasting base for makeup, protect skin from environmental stressors while instantly blurring the appearance of pores. So I use this today. I do like the finish of it. It is one of those, what I would say is a very typical like silicone feeling type primer. Like it just feels very much like a normal silicone primer, but I think the dry down of this one is much quicker. Like I just rubbed this in and it very quickly like worked its way into my skin and does not feel tacky at all. And this really does help to blur fine lines. So my hands are kind of dry. I'm hoping this comes off on camera. Let's see here. So I applied the primer over here. It has kind of filled in some of like those dry, scaly, cracked areas. This side over here is just dry. I need to hop to it with the hand lotion here, but I think it does really do a good job of kind of blurring things out. What I'm looking for though is how is this going to wear with my oily skin type throughout the day? Because a lot of times these more like silicone based primers, and a lot of them have silicones in them, but I think it just depends on the types of silicones. A lot of them do end up almost making me more oily towards the latter part of the day. So I'm curious to see how this one does. I think I'll do an in-depth review of this at some point next week after I've used it, maybe for a few days in a row, let you guys know kind of what the consensus is. But yeah, thank you Dermatology for sending this out. If you're interested in checking out anything from Dermatology, I'll put a link to them down below. I do have a discount code with them. You know, obviously you don't have to use that, but it'll save you 20% off of anything on the website, including anything that just dropped on their website. So if you're curious, I'll put it down there and I will talk about this a little bit more in depth probably next week. So anyway, you guys, I hope you have a fantastic weekend. Let me know if you have any questions. Check out the description box right below this video for links to everything. Let me know what you're doing this weekend. Do you have any fun plans? We have plans to work on our house. So I've been gone the last couple weekends, so it's needed. There are some things around here that need to get done. So staying home this weekend and yeah, doing stuff around the house. Nice and boring, but honestly, right now, right up my alley. So hope you have a great one, and please subscribe if you're new. I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Toodaloo.